Good morning, Washington. Good morning, everybody. It's the 4th of November, Friday, here in the Washington area. This is Big Dave on DCRTV.com. Just listening to WMAL this morning. What a bunch of weirdo wonks. They're sitting there going, you know, only 32% of Republicans have made a decision about who they're going to vote for in the presidential election. Isn't that upsetting? Only 32%. Hey, it's a year away. The election isn't for 12 long more months. I mean, nobody outside the Beltway, honestly, most ordinary Americans aren't even paying attention to this thing yet. You know, you got these crazy, nutty, politically infested dingbats inside the Beltway, including the WMAL morning show, that are just, you know, every morning they get up and check the polls, and Herman Cain's up 2 points, and Herman Cain's... You know, I bet you 95% of Americans don't even know who Herman Cain is because they don't live inside the Beltway, and they really haven't, you know, the election's a year away. No one's paying attention to it. Then we are having elections next week, by the way. There are elections on Tuesday, but they're not the president. That's next year. It's just, you sit there and you listen to these shows, and these political shows, and you go, man, they're just out of touch. If you know, literally, the world is the Beltway. Everything inside the Beltway, that's the entire world to them. Crazy, crazy. How you doing, everybody? Okay, got this in the mail yesterday. This nice manila envelope. There's my address there. So I'm like going, I wonder what's in it. I wonder. Oh, my word. A note from Johnny Holliday. Remember him? Johnny, voice of the Terps. Does some national stuff. Long-time Washington area radio personality and TV personality. Used to be on the old WWDC. There it is. Johnny Holliday. Dave, how about this classic photo from the 70s, Johnny? Wow. Okay, what is the classic? Now, this is going to really flip you. This is going to flip your wig. The jocks from WWDC radio, and it's actually signed. Look at Lou Katz. Lou Katz, look at him. He's a bearded hippie. You know, he's the very, he currently does the morning show on WASH. There, Lou and Lori and Lori and Lou and Lori and Lori and Lou, and the station gets great ratings, so Lou's doing really well. But you look at him. Johnny Holliday, 6 to 10 a.m. Ed Graham. That's the same Ed Graham that's on the mailbag all the time, right? Guess. Ed Graham, 10 to 2. Ross Elliott, 12 to 6. Lou Katz, 8 to 10. And Fred Fiske. Is that Fred Fiske? Who's that? I presume this is right to left, right? So that's Johnny, that's Ed, that's Ross, that's Lou, and that's Fred. Fred Fiske, who just been on WAMU for many years after leaving WWDC. But that is wild, isn't it? Wow. And it's signed. I don't know if, they are. All their signatures are there. If you look, you can't see it very clearly there, but there's a signature there. There's a signature there. There's Ross Elliott. There's Fred Fiske. Yeah. Okay, Fred Fiske. Yeah, that is him. Fred Fiske signature there. Lou Katz up here in the football uniform. And Ed Graham there in the football uniform, and Johnny Holliday there in his basketball uniform. I guess it's just showing you in the referee there, Ross Elliott. So showing you that the station had a sports history there. They did. Carried a lot of sports. When their signal was primarily 1260. Many people, you listen to 1260 and, okay, yeah, we're also on 1011, but 1260 is the big signal, right? Now it's completely turned around. The other way around completely. What's the big news? Well, the trend continues to FM radio. I mean, I'll tell you, WTNT is WTNT. First of all, make a long story short, WTNT used to be on 570, okay? Kind of a righty talker. And that station was owned by Dan Snyder's Red Zebra. And Dan Snyder's Red Zebra decided to, they also own 730. So they decided to sell 730, which was a Spanish sports talker, WXTR. They sold that off. They moved the WTNT calls over to 730. I guess that was, what, earlier this year? 9 or 10 months ago. So WTNT calls moved over to from 570 to 730, with 570 becoming SPAZ, WSPZ, the SPAZ station, sports talk, with Zabin's morning show. Anyhow, so 7:30 now is WTNT, and they have a lineup which is actually pretty impressive. They have the America's Morning News, which is, you know, that talk radio show that comes out of Washington. They have Laura Ingraham. They have, you know, Michael Weiner Savage, and a bunch of other folks. And they also have the new Andy Parks show at 3 o'clock. From the Washington Times headquarters here in D.C. So the problem is with WTNT is their daytime signal is great. You can hear the daytime signal, Baltimore, you know, down to Richmond. It's great, but at sunset, and because it has to drop its power. Okay, there's some Canadian station also on 730, so they have to drop their power to like a couple watts. So it's hard to hear after sunset, and of course this time of the year sunset comes earlier and earlier. You know, next week when we go on daylight standard time, whatever the hell it's called, you know, sunset's going to be like 5:15, 5:30. So all of a sudden you'll be listening to Andy Parks. It'll be like that. So anyhow, what they're thinking of doing, what they're planning to do is buy a translator. Okay, which is a low-power translator on FM out in the Fairfax area off of West Ox Road. I think it's technically licensed to Chantilly, but it's on 102.9. So that's Liberty University, apparently Jerry Falwell's old school down there in Lynchburg. They bought a bunch of these translator licenses. I don't know. I guess they were trying to blanket Northern Virginia with a radio station from Lynchburg. I don't know why, but what the hell. So anyhow, they're selling that license off for that 102.9, and Bruce Houston, who's the head of Vienna-based Metro Radio, believes that he can jack up the signal a bit, build it out a bit, put it up there on that old Media General Cox Tower there, which is behind the landfill and the Fairfax County Animal Shelter there off of West Ox Road. Put a nice signal out there and cover a good chunk of central Fairfax County. You know, Fairfax County has 1 million+ people. It is the most populous jurisdiction in the Washington area. So if you can cover Fairfax County, you can get some decent ratings, I think. So what they're going to try to do is put the WTNT signal on 102.9. Okay, and that should start within a couple weeks, Bruce tells me, probably by Thanksgiving or maybe even before. So you'll be able to hear Andy Parks after 5:15 in the evening out here in the wilds of Western Fairfax. So that should be very interesting. Yeah, okay. What's the other big news coming up? Mac McGarry, of course, we broke the story Wednesday morning that Mac McGarry was leaving It's Academic. You know, Mac's son Mark tells DCRTV that Mac, you know, good run, 50 years, and Mac's in actually good health. He's 85. He had a little bit of a health issue earlier this season on the show, so Hillary Howard took over for him. But Mark tells us that his dad Mac is in really good health, doing great, but just wants to kick back. And so Hillary has been named the new host of It's Academic. So, you know, I think, you know, both parties, everybody likes that. It's cool. Mac's good. Hillary's good. Hillary's a great person. Hillary is married to Dave Statter, who used to be on Channel 9. Longtime Channel 9, one of their best reporters, by the way. And she currently does the morning show there. Not the morning show. The afternoon show. She does the afternoon host on WTOP, but she's been all over the place. She used to work on the old Z104. She's doing traffic. She used to do weather, I think. She used to do weather there on Channel 5 in the mornings. She's been all over the place. So great broadcasting veteran there. But so Hillary is the new host for It's Academic. All right, folks. We're at the 9-minute mark. Isn't that cool? I love it. Thanks, Johnny Holliday, one of the true legends of Washington radio. And there he is there. Oops, there he is. The jocks from WWDC. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for watching Dave TV for today, Friday. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Don't forget to stay tuned. Cut.